Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Michelle Gamble. I am thrilled to be able to be here with you once again for another episode of Eat to Love, learning how to eat so that we can live optimally with vitality and elation. In any case, as the holidays approach, I know some of you are always asking me, but Michelle, what do I do? I just want to have something to be able to celebrate the holidays and not feel so guilty. So, as you know, I live by the 10-80-10 rule. 10% of the time, gotta confess, I eat crap that I know is not good for me. Refined stuff, things of that nature. Not good for me, but yeah, gotta admit, about 10% of the time. I strive for 80% of the time living optimally with vitality and elation, using my foods to live optimally, right? And then the other 10% of the time, we've got to do medicinal things to try and counteract the crap that we did in the first 10%, right? So using very strategic nutritional supplements and using foods as a therapeutic means to shift certain imbalances in my person and with other people. So that is my goal. That is why today I'm going to share with you how to make compromise pie. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, and to have the reality that, sometimes we may not be 100%, but we are striving to be 100%. So there's a compromise. Now, the first thing I'm going to do before I do anything else is that I'm going to go ahead and turn on my oven. And I'm going to turn on my oven to 375 degrees so that it can preheat as I'm getting all of the ingredients together. The ingredients are very, very simple. This is compromise pie and I'm making it with apples. Yes, Granny Smith apples. Now, the Granny Smith apples that I use are organic because if you've seen one of my other videos, you know that one of the dirty dozens is apples. Very high in terms of pesticides and also herbicides and things of that nature. So you don't want to use non-organic apples if you can get away from them, right? And I'm using organic apples, and that allows me to, number one, decrease my exposure to those pesticides, herbicides, and all those other things. And at the same time, I can keep the skin on because there's lots of nutrition in the skin. And since they are organic, I can keep the skin on. If you cannot get organic apples, when you get your apples, peel the skin because there's a lot of toxicity and wax and all that kind of stuff that's in the skin. So anyway, I now have 6 Granny Smith apples, and Granny Smith apples have that little sweet tart taste, and they're also firmer. I like my apples firm. I like my apple pie to have some, substance in it there, right? And I have 6 of them that have been peeled and sliced. And now I'm going to separate. Oh, the other compromise is that Michelle is not good at making pie crust. So I just go to good old store, go to the freezer section and get some pie crust. Yes, that is part of my compromise, that I'm getting pie crust. So I separate the 2 pie crusts. This is going to be my bottom. And I start to put in my layers of my apples, right? So I put in a little bit of apples. Nice and filled in at the bottom. Okay. Just my first layer. And then I've got my pure vanilla. Okay. And I'm going to just sprinkle some of the vanilla in there. And then I've got my nutmeg. Yeah, here we go, nutmeg. Sprinkle some nutmeg on there. Yum, 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 yum. And then I have my ground cloves. Sprinkle a little bit of that on there. And then I have my honey that is mixed with molasses. I mix them in a 1-to-1 ratio. So like half a cup of honey, half a cup of molasses and I create a bottle with it. And I'm just like squirting some in there. Okay, so that's my first layer. Then I put on the rest of my apples. Okay, and we're going to pack this up as much as possible. So it's going to look like it's overflowing, and that's okay because as it bakes, it's going to cook down, right? So you definitely want it to be nice and loaded, right? Yep, so I have sliced up 6 apples and packed them up in there. And I'm going to cheat. Take one of my apples. That's one of the benefits of cooking for yourself. You can cheat, right? Now I'm going to put my cloves on again. Oh God, I love Granny Smith apples. And you know the beauty of Granny Smith apples, high in vitamin C and lovely pectin. Pectin is a soluble fiber, water-soluble fiber, and so it helps with clearing out your digestive tract, right? All that beautiful fiber. And then once again, my nutmeg. So my nutmeg, my vanilla. Vanilla also is beautiful for being able to bring forth the flavor of the sweetness more effectively, adds that wonderful balance. And my cloves again. And then what would life be without my cinnamon? So I got to get my cinnamon out. Here we go. Cannot have apple pie without cinnamon, right? Almost forgot him. So I'll sprinkle my cinnamon in there. And what I actually should have done is put my cinnamon in on the middle level too. But we'll live. Forgot him, but we'll live. And I want to do something different this year. I want to add a little bit of citrus. I want to see what that's going to do in terms of the flavor. So I usually get organic lemons. So I take my organic lemons and I'll use the peel, dehydrate it, and then I grind it up to create a powder, which is like a little zest. So now I can sprinkle that little zest in here. Oh God, it smells so good. Oh, jeez. I love working with spices and herbs. Oh gosh, it's just like, the best thing. And again, that adds some good vitamin C. Okay, now take the second pie dish and put him, oh wait. You guys gotta remind me. Gotta put on this little honey molasses there. And it's not necessary to use that much because what we don't realize is that we want to get back to the sweetness, the original sweetness of nature, right? I use the molasses not only because it adds a little bit of sweetness, but because it has high levels of minerals like calcium and magnesium and iron, sorry. And I'm going to push that bad boy down. Oh, we're going to have some effort here trying to get this to come together. So we push it together, and I'm going around the edge to join the 2 pie crusts together to seal it, going around. It's a battle of the bold. But that's okay. We will overcome. So I put my 2 pie crusts together, pushing it down. And now I will take off the foil. I'm slowly putting my finger around the edge to take off the foil. And we're just going to cut into the top some little slats so that it looks almost like a sunburst. And that allows for your pie to breathe, for it to let go of the extra moisture that is going to come out of the apples and the extra air. And like I said, there we go. And voila! There we have it with our compromise pie. I'll pop that bad boy into the oven for about 45 minutes. And there you have it.